Your husband needs 5 things from you right now. In Dr. Willard Harley Jr.'s book, His Needs, Her Needs, he goes through 10 core emotional and physical needs that you and your husband need met in order to affair-proof your marriage. In this video, I'm going to explain the top 5 needs that most husbands are craving, as well as practical, real-life examples of how I've applied this in my own marriage. If we haven't met yet, my name is Lucy. I am your Married AF relationship coach, and I share videos on how you can build long-lasting love and connection with your husband. If you want weekly marriage advice from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then come and join the Married AF community on my Instagram at LucyBekker_. So I've been married as for the last 3 years at the time of making this video. And the number one thing that makes us feel so connected, we prioritize the out of our relationship. This means being completely open and honest with each other and learning how to communicate without fighting and not letting anything be put above our relationship. It has also meant learning what the other person needs to feel loved. When I first found the book His Needs, Her Needs by Dr. Harley, I wasn't actually married, but the teachings in it really stuck with me. He's talking about it from a perspective of a marriage counselor who has seen hundreds and hundreds of couples who have ended up cheating on each other. And at the time I found that book, I had cheated on a lot of people. I'm doing a full video on this very soon. And I knew that I wanted my future marriage to be different. So before Carl and I had even gotten into a relationship, I had this knowledge that he had deep emotional needs that I could meet for him, and vice versa. As a fair disclaimer, I think that any book of this nature will struggle to fully encapsulate the entirety of marriage and all its complexities. It's impossible to shrink a married couple into these tiny boxes, and the book itself is definitely pretty traditionally heteronormative. However, learning my husband's top 5 needs gave me a really great starting point for earning points in his love bank. You can read the book if you want more information on the concept of a love bank. So the number one need for most husbands, according to the book, is sexual fulfillment. And before anybody jumps down my throat, remember that this is a general overview and Dr. Harley has worked with hundreds and hundreds of married couples to come up with these theories. Disclaimer over, we're not getting into it right now. Basically, the book says that once people are married, often the sexual fire that you had when you were dating kind of fizzles out. Life gets in the way and suddenly the husband feels disillusioned because in getting married in a monogamous relationship, you are indirectly saying that you will meet his sexual needs. One of the most important things that he drives home in this point is that women need their top need for affection and connection met to make this work. It's not that you should just be in the mood for sex and that you should give it to your husband. Like, goddamn, sex is not just about him. I enjoy it too. I could rant about the discrepancies between men and women's sexuality. I could rant about this forever, but let's stay focused. It's this big circle that if he meets your need for affection and connection and conversation, you are more open to meeting his need for sexual fulfillment. Now, when applying this in my own marriage, realizing that this deep craving for sex and intimacy was so much bigger for my husband than just a physical thing shifted everything. It's not just that he wants it and enjoys it, it's that we feel so much closer and more aligned and in love when we have a relaxed, intimate, sexually charged marriage. And when you have those days where you have uneven sexual desire, I usually say that it's like you're having the same conversation in a different language. You both want the same thing. You both want to feel close and connected. You're just arriving at it differently. The second thing Dr. Harley says that your husband is probably craving from you is what he calls recreational companionship. He wants to do things together. I can say with confidence that when I go out of my way to do things that my husband loves doing, like if I try rock climbing, for example, or suggest doing something that he loves, or take the time to get to know what he likes and ask him questions about it, he feels seen and he feels loved. Dr. Harley says that as a married couple, you shouldn't have hobbies that you do separately. And this is kind of where he loses me a little bit. In my relationship, this has come and gone. When we read this chapter, we knew that it probably wouldn't apply because we don't love each other's hobbies, even though we've tried, and neither of us is willing to give them up because we love them too much. Like, I'm a dancer and he's a gamer. I think that as long as you have a joint list of things that you do together, because why would you not want to spend lots of time together with your favorite person? And on top of that, know that your husband wants you to take an active interest in the things that he loves. I think you'll tick this box. The third thing your husband needs from you is attractiveness. This is another one that gets people up in arms. But I think that there is a big difference between having to look perfect and skinny and never letting your guard down versus never putting in any effort because you're married and you already have them. Like, I had a lot of exes that used to pick me apart physically, like weird, unimportant things. And now I am comfortable enough around my husband that he has seen me tweeze my nipple hairs when I get out of the shower. You know, like, we value being human around each other. But I think the line that really stuck out for me is when Dr. Harley says in a lot of marriages it gets to the point like, oh, I'm just around the house, nobody important is gonna see me, doesn't matter what I look like, when in reality the most important person is going to see you. You know, why wouldn't I want to put in effort for him? This is why I love having cute loungewear, and I take note of when he compliments me so that I can do it again. I want to know in the comments, is there anything in this list that you agree or disagree with in your own marriage? The fourth thing he needs from you, according to the book, is domestic support. Carl and I both value a quiet, safe place to call home and to be ourselves. We have a pretty even share of what gets done around the house. So for this one in my own marriage, some of the best advice I've heard recently is don't do anything that makes your spouse's day harder. So if I need help with something in terms of domestic support, I will wait to ask for his help until he is settled, rather than like jumping him as he walks through the door. The fifth most common thing he needs from you is admiration. In my experience, I would actually probably put this top of the list. Everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be appreciated. Your husband just needs it to feel deeply loved by you. The nagging wife is a painfully common stereotype, and this is what we're trying to avoid with this admiration need. If you want to change something about him or the relationship, even if it's something positive, like you want him to try harder in his career, the best thing you can do is to verbally affirm what he is already doing, to make him feel like he's already enough. Acknowledging how much they already do and achieve before you start asking, or God forbid, telling them to do more, makes them feel loved and seen and appreciated and much more likely to do growth-focused activities. I always say, don't leave love unsaid. Tell him what you love about him every single day. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. If you want specific marriage advice from me, leave me a comment down below. Subscribe to get videos from me every week, and then come and say hi on my Instagram at LucyBekker_, and I'll see you in the next video.